Hi, and welcome, Khadar Ayderus Ahmed, director of The Gravedigger's Wife, and starring lead actors Yasmin Warsame and Omar Abdi. Welcome to Tiff. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We're so excited to have you. I mean, for many reasons that I'm sure we'll get into shortly. But I wonder to start, Khadar, could you talk about how you came to this story?
The story was actually the film was inspired by a true incident that took place in my family over 10 years ago, and that was the source of the inspiration for the film, and then I just really took it from there and let this story, take me back to my childhood memories and to places that I haven't been to for a while. So I can say that it was inspired by a true incident that happened in my family.
Right. And what was your vision for the film? It's such a beautiful film with such expansive landscape and environmental shots on top of the beautiful performances and really intimate moments between the characters. What was your vision for bringing this to film?
Because I knew the subject was really dealing with. The film was dealing with a heavy subject, so I didn't want to make it, kind of like dark or depressing or sad film. So because it was a love story, I really wanted to have so many layers, but at the same time make it so visually beautiful to really introduce, to have the country as a part of the love story, as one of the main characters, to really support the emotional journey of of the film and of the love story. So it was really a big part of the story to have the country and the landscapes and as a part of the love story. So it was a very supportive character.
Yasmin and Omar, I wonder, can you both talk about how you got involved with the project and what drew you to these characters, Guled and Nasra? Yasmin, go ahead.
I was hoping Omar would take that one.
I mean, you can both speak to it a little bit, and Omar, if you want to go first, you're welcome to.
Omar, go ahead.
I think Yasmin first. Ladies first.
Okay, right. Well, what drew me to it was probably just Khadar. Khadar drew me to it. He sent me the script. I read the script. I fell in love with it, and then from there, I think the doubts started pouring in, such as, who do I think I am? I'm not an actress. What am I doing? Maybe he made a mistake. He should pick someone else, someone more, more trained, I suppose. But Khadr convinced me that I could do it, and therefore I did it.
And I mean, it's beautiful to see this evolution in your career. I mean, you're no stranger to Canadian audiences, right? So it's beautiful to be able to see you in this new role, taking on this new artistry, new expansive artistry. Yeah. Omar, do you
another way of telling yourself, right? It's another form of storytelling, I suppose, coming from still pictures. This is moving pictures. It's quite different. But I was able to embrace the character because I recognized her as well in my own growing up. I've had aunts, I've had family members. Nasra was very familiar. So it wasn't such a huge jump as well. It was gathering what I knew to be true in my own culture and bringing that together along with along with all the pain and all the growth, like everything I basically am to this point, I have poured it into Nasra to help create the authenticity of the character. I had to be true to myself, I suppose, and to my roots, and I had to gather every ounce of experience I've ever had, be a good, be a bad. I had to bring it along with me to create, to allow Nasra to emerge.
Damn, I wish I could speak as good as you.
But
You can have that, I promise. You are. Omar,
thank you.
Omar, you're welcome to speak about your experience in this role.
Well, for me, it started that we are friend with Khadar, close friend first. So we started our history that Khadar wrote a short movie, which was also very very interesting, and also being selected in Locarno Film Festival, which made by also Juho Kuosmanen. So in that case, I was acting that that movie, and I think from seems that Khadr was somehow loving me the way that I was thinking, maybe, but at the same as Yasmin, I didn't have any experience for really, and it was like the same experience like Yasmin. Is this crazy man? Why he's selecting you? While there is a lot of other people who's doing who is more professional, but he sees some point somehow from us something that he couldn't see, maybe the others people, or just he's a coward that he didn't want to take the risk. He will do, but no. But anyway, I have to say that then when it came to the point that the final point, then it been open casting, which makes me a little bit nervous also that I might be able to. Could I be the one that being selected? And that was very exciting. But I have to say, to me, I'm really very thankful to Khadar because we are living the same in Helsinki, and whether that being selected or not selected, he trained me a lot. He trained me. It went like I think for maybe at least nearly 1 year we've been training in here. And the other thing which was exciting me was that what could happen when I see Yasmin, because we are also coming from a little bit conservative culture. I don't say that it will be a problem, but the problem was that how could I face her and the respectful that I have to women, and also that how our cameo will work. But she took me up, and really she helped me with this case. And I think without Yasmin, I think Guled will not be, without of course Nasra, and without of course Yasmin, I could not do the job that I did. And it's a fun, it's an experience, it's a lovely, and also that, as Yasmin said, that this is our culture, and that our culture is also helping us to build this way. And of course to Djibouti, which was very new to us, but the culture was nearly to us. So one thing I have to also thank for Khadar, that how he made when we were shooting, when we were in the set of the shooting, sometimes of course my mind was always like, hey, is this man crazy? What he mean this or what doing that? But when I see the screening, that I really see the love story, even that I didn't see on the set, on the shooting time. So this is miracle, and this is fine. Khadar Ahmed, who is in here, and I think that experience, I'm thankful also to my sister Yasmin as well as Khadar.
Khadar, do you want to respond?
I love you, Omar. You're the best.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear that this was a beautiful experience, this filmmaking journey for all of you, and I can only imagine what it was like to be there in this moment, shooting this. What was it like shooting in Djibouti City? Tell me about that experience.
You know, I left Somalia, you know, when I was, you know, after the civil war broke out. And then, you know, we moved to Ethiopia, and then from Ethiopia to Finland at the age of 16. So, you know, I was really at, you know, teenage age at the time. So for me, it was the first time to go back home and to work, you know, and to make a film there. So my expectations were really high, and you know, and the responsibility wasn't easy, you know, because I was taking an entire Finnish crew from Finland to Djibouti, to a country they have never been to, a continent, not just a country, but to a continent that they have never been to, most of them. And you know, and I was the only person, except from the cast, in the crew, who was able to speak and understand the language, you know, the Somali language. But you know, the experience was incredibly, you know, beautiful. It's something that I would have done again if the opportunity knocked on my door. So it's just really, it was once in a lifetime opportunity, you know, and you know, it was incredible also to work with Yasmin and with Omar, and you know, with the local cast and crew. So it was unbelievable.
Yasmin and Omar, do you want to speak to your experiences shooting in Djibouti City?
Like going home. He took us home for a little bit, and got to eat, you know, Somali food. We got to walk around. Yes, you know, the Djibouti is Somalia. It's the same people, it's the same language, it's the same country, it's the same continent. It was going home. It was beautiful. I loved it, every inch of it. I want him to write another movie so we can go to Djibouti again.
A sequel, maybe.
A sequel. Going around.
Yasmin, I hear that Khadar is doing another new project, but he's not going to take us in Africa.
No. I'll just come around. I'll just be like the person running the coffee. I don't care. I just be around.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
My sister Yasmin, as well as Khadar, said that I have no more to say, that this was just our country. So, well, outside of the movie, I have a lot of experience. I remember one night where we were seeing some street children, where the police was running after, and Yasmin ran after, like just going in the middle of the police, and this is street boys, and we were very shocked and surprised. But it tell how we love it, how back to be at home and to see our people, and to see, you know, that everybody is equal, even the street boy or the policeman or whatever, and she make a danger herself. So this is kind of experience that which which I have. But to back to the project, I think I already spoke about Khadar, but I mean that to this kind of shooting this kind of story as a Somalian way, very intimate, and there's no any sex or stuff like that, and whatever. It is very hard, really. You know, it's very hard to have the screening or to watch and to believe what you are seeing. So it's a miracle. When I was in front of camera, I was like, what it would be, why I have to do, what is the point? And the big screen, that everything was the point. So I can say, like, just miracle.
You trusted in Khadar, and he brought you back a miracle.
Yes.
A miracle of a film. As a final question to each of you, so there's been a lot of love already and a lot of excitement. We're recording this before the festival, but there's been so much excitement from the local Somali community about having this film here. I mean, I just want to offer, the Somali community is the largest Black diaspora community in the city of Toronto. And so I'm not surprised by the welcome that they have offered, but I would love to leave these moments to you to just speak to them, to folks who aren't able to perhaps make it to the in-person screening, but are enjoying this from home. What would you like to say to them, each of you, to the Somali people who will be enjoying this film?
The first screening of the film was in Cannes in July, and the reception was really amazing. But we happened to be the only Somalis attending the festival at the time, and we had a screening, in Finland the other day for the first time, and again, my family were the only Somali audience in the film. So I'm really, really looking forward to watching the film with the Somali community in Toronto for the first time, and I hope we'll have a screening where it's just us. We can just really watch and laugh and then enjoy and because I always say that this is the first film where my mom didn't need to read the subtitle of the film, or didn't need to ask anybody to explain to her what was happening in the story. So she's 60-something years old, and this film was the first time that she saw a Somali language film on the big screen. And for me, that was the proudest moment, of my life, just to really see her understand and the rest of people just read the subtitle. So I'm really looking forward to watching the film with the Somali community in Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's gonna be a lot of
I cannot wait. For you, it will be returning home.
Yes,
showing it home.
Yeah.
The home city.
It's beautiful. Khadar, I'm so glad that you are in the world, and that you did this, and that you reached out to us, and that we were able to produce this, because like you, I'm amazed at like, for the language to fall on foreign ears. It's always been at home. You see, our language has always been happening in the house. It's never been, and like Khadar and Omar, I also grew up in the Western world, so our language was always something that was spoken at home, never, And I remember my Western friends sometimes would say, I want to hear how your language sounds. Could you say something like, how are you? How do you do? Or something like that, so I can hear what it sounds like. And then I would say that, and then they would say it sounds like Arabic. And I'm like, no, it's Somali. It's not Arabic. We have the same alphabets, but it's not Arabic. So when we were watching it in Cannes, I was looking around at the theater at how many people it might be their only chance in life that they would ever hear, that the language would fall on their ear, the sound and the rhythm of our tone, of the way we communicate with each other, our clicks, I guess. Everybody, every humans have created their own clicks to communicate. This is the first time it's falling on their ears, and I'm marveled at that feeling. And I thought I would never experience it in my lifetime, but here it is. And thanks to these beautiful gentlemen, we're able to bring that to the universe, to the people. And I'm excited. And Toronto is my hometown. I'm now in Vancouver, but I'm always Torontanian at heart. That's my hometown. So I am so happy that you guys are going to be there. I'm going to pull out all the traditional stops I can. I'm taking activities and he'll play. Like, you know, we'll eat, we'll dance, we'll do whatever COVID would allow us to do within limits.
And thanks to Natalia for really championing the phone and for really, you know, having us there. You know, otherwise this opportunity wouldn't have come if it wasn't for you. So I'm really grateful and for the tremendous support. So thank you, Natalia, as well for this.
It is my greatest pleasure. It is my greatest pleasure to bring together what you just. Yeah, it's my greatest pleasure. Omar, I want to give you a final word also, and I want to say you are most welcome to speak in Somali if you would like to. What would you like?
That's what I was asking you. Now you read my mind. That was beautiful. I cannot even say it. walaalayaal waxaad nasiib u yeelateen inaad maanta nala daawataan Toronto nagula daawataan filimkan oo de filimkii ugu horreeyay luqadeena One Love One Nation Together bana walaal inaga dhammaanteen anagu waan idiin soo sameynay anagu naga yimid idinku idin yimid marka let's enjoy together aynu wada daawano aynu wada faraxno magaceenu kor ha ahaado. Thank you.
Thank you to each of you. Enjoy The Gravedigger's Wife to the audience is watching, and please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors.
Thank you for having
us. We will
definitely soon. In few weeks, see you soon.
And don't worry, we have a lot of people who is waiting in Toronto. Can you imagine, Yasmin? Now I have a lot of friends. Before I only have with you in there in Toronto. Now I might skip you. You will not see me like some maybe.
You're gonna be busy. You're gonna be busy. They can't wait to have you here.
As well as also, I hope that of course worldwide, but the African community also to come to watch the movie because it's also especially special for Africans also.
Oh, they will. I'm sure of that. Okay.
Yeah.
My very best. Thank you for this.
Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you, Omar.
Thank you guys.
See you soon.
I love you. Big kiss. I'll see you in Toronto.